Why y'all with the business here, man? It's your boy Mark broadcasting live, man. And I'm back with another video on this beautiful Saturday morning, man. I go get my steps in today. Figure I'll update y'all and bring y'all in for another video. While we just do a little walk and talk, I guess. I would turn the camera around so y'all can see my beautiful face, but I figure you probably just rather see the scenery instead. How y'all been, man? It's been a while since I done been in here. You know, I don't really be on my socials like that these days. I be really busy in real life, so I be really just chilling, man, for real, for real. I ain't gonna say I'm chilling, cause I'm not out here working hard. But anyway, yeah. What y'all wanna know? Whew, I'm already tired, shit. I've been ever since I done, you know, retired from driving. I try to come out here and do my little walks. I done lost 9 pounds in these last, I don't know how many weeks it's been, but you know, coming on down, getting back right. Yeah, I was today is the last week of the second quarter. We're going into, you know, July is start of the third quarter. So every quarter, you know, I try to run my numbers and basically see where we are. Keep your foot on the gas. Make sure we ain't yeah, pretty much make sure we stand on top of things. So I ran my numbers. I ain't gonna tell you my total numbers, but I'll tell you ones for the trucks that I have paid off. I'll give you that number for those trucks. Um, the I ain't showing no snake out, huh? Cause I can't really walk on top, to be honest with you. Many nights. Make sure you know you don't see nothing, do you? Alright. Alright. Woo! Alright. Let's talk. So I know Prime lives rent free in a lot of people's head. You know what I'm saying? They can't go a day, a second. Can't do a video without mentioning Prime. I don't know why, but for some reason, them folks got a condo in y'all head. You know, there's, you know, cash truck drivers versus lease drivers and versus this, that, and third, and this, that, and this. A lot of people always ask me, they say, Mark, you know, with all the trucks you got, why you still with old Prime? For this very reason right here. See, listen to the birds. Shh. Shh. You hear the birds chirping? Shh. So, this is why. I get to sit back, relax. Damn, I left my phone. And also, before we go any further and I start running these numbers down, I will tell you that if you call my 5876 number, I'm not annoying you, so don't think I'm annoying you. That phone is actually black screened. For some reason, this is the second phone I done had that black screen. That's my Samsung. You know, I got 2 iPhones and a Samsung. And that Samsung is my 5876 number. So, yeah, it's black screen. I can't get the screen to, I can hear it ringing and beeping and chirping and stuff, but the screen is black. So, I'm gonna have to go and get me a get on a, you know, now they got those little eSIMs type things, so it wouldn't be nothing for me to hopefully switch all that information to another phone. That's what I got, that phone with AT&T. My 2 iPhones I got with T-Mobile. One on with T-Mobile, another one with Verizon. So that's my AT&T phone. So they should be able to just go in there and switch it over, and hopefully say Android, they got something kind of like a cloud. It's not really technically a cloud, but it's kind of something similar to the cloud where you can save all your stuff on it. Because yeah, hopefully I could just switch it over. But anyway, just letting y'all know that so y'all won't think, because most of y'all got that 5876 number. You won't think that I'm annoying you, because I'm not. All right. Anyway, that must be an electric car. What we was finna talk about? Yeah, so my plan has been to buy a truck every year around my birthday. My birthday is at the end of May. So if you notice, this year we bought another truck 1st of May. And normally for my birthday, this is what I try to do. In the years past, I buy a truck and then I go buy some land. But this year I switched it up because last year, or was it the year before that? That's when I had bought that land out there. I took y'all out there with that big ass lake, that 30, it's like 30, 40 acres or something like that, with that big 6-acre lake out there. I don't know if I had posted it on here or not, but I think I did. But yeah, I bought that for my birthday. It wasn't last year. I think it had to be the year before last, because last year, it may have very well been last year. Now that I think about it, I don't know. Don't matter. But yeah, I had bought that land either last year or the year before that. And then this year, instead of buying land, I decided to go ahead and launch my liquor. So I did the truck and then the liquor this year. But that was pretty fun. And like I say, y'all be talking about Mr. Charlie and this truck and shit, but guess what? No matter what you do, no matter if you got anything in life, there's always a Mr. Charlie. You see that black truck, that Jeep right there? Mr. Charlie probably owned that truck. Anything that got a lien hold on. I know y'all be, y'all be so, because a lot of y'all just be talking, but most of y'all be talking like, oh, you should go here, and you should go get a truck from here. But let me tell you something. Let me come closer so I can tell you this. Anything that has a lien holder on it, you do not own. Let me say that again real close to you. Come closer. Come here. Anything, whether it's a house, whether it's a car, whether it's land, semi-truck, anything where you are not the #1 signer, there's a lien holder on it, you do not own until that loan has been paid in full. Okay? I don't know if I can make that any more clear to you. So when I go get my trucks, you say, oh, why you getting through Prime? Success Lease, well, no, they're not the lien holder on it. Yes, I think Success might be the lien holder, but I think they got a bank on them. But when that loan gets completed and matured, then, I get the title to the truck. If you go to Lone Mountain, until you pay that truck off, you do not own that truck. So I don't know how, and that. I mean, this is something that because, a lot of you lost your trucks in the recent years. So for a fact that you did not own that truck and you don't own it. So it don't matter who the lien holder is. So if people get on here and get to talking and saying this and saying that, just look around. Tell them to pan around. Tell them let you see their cars, let them see your house. Because 9 times out of 10, people that talk like that don't have and don't own nothing. Because there's always a Mr. Charlie. You're going to have a Mr. Charlie to the day you die. You're going to pay somebody something. I'm up here in Georgia now, I got a spot in Georgia. And I got a spot in Mississippi. So, Well, I'm having to pay Georgia Power, Mississippi Power, City of Meridian Water, City of Marietta Water. You're gonna have to pay something to somebody all of the time. All right. The goal is to put yourself in a position where that you having to pay is not a burden. That's it. You're gonna always have to pay somebody. So I know I'm kind of just rambling back and forth because I ain't really got no topics. I was supposed to be telling y'all these numbers on these trucks, but yeah, I ain't really got much to talk about. The liquor is going good. I got a Mr. Charlie and Liquor. State of Mississippi, this whole state of Mississippi, they do their own distribution. They go through ABC, so they distribute through the state. Like up here in Georgia, they got a lot of independent distributors. So there's a couple of companies, but one in particular that I was thinking about, partnering with, because that's what it is. It's a partnership, partnering with them, but they want 50%, G. 50. And it's just a thing about now, if we want to take the elevator or the stairs, we take the elevator. I just signed the distribution deal. They'll be responsible for, making sure all the stores stay stocked. It's a global, and it's yeah, it'll be pretty much what I'm doing now with the trucks. Pretty much hands-off situation. But I'll be giving up a pretty nice percentage, you know what I'm saying? I have to talk to my distributor and ran it by them, and they buy at like a wholesale there, so the liquors will be produced and sold to the distribution company at a wholesale rate. So it'll free up a little bit more money on the front side, but on the back side, it weighs a little bit more heavier because the percentage is a little bit high. But it could be something we think about doing. Or the stairs for us will be, I have to get licensed in basically all states that I ship to, and I can just self-distribute, except states like Mississippi, like I say, because they're their own distributor. The state distributes the liquor in Mississippi, but I would have to go through them in like a state like Mississippi. But that's really just a licensing issue, because when and I realized this really when I started doing different things, because really stuff like that really is just about the money. You know what I'm saying? A few dollars, pay a few dollars, sign a few forms, fill out a few forms, pay them their money, and then they give you the license. And that really ain't really much to it, because when I had my nightclub in Meridian, we had a liquor license at the time. So only thing about that, when we had it as a club or a lounge, it wasn't a club, it was a lounge, was 25% of my sales had to be food. So I had to, open the kitchen up and sell food and stuff like that. But it wasn't that difficult, You had to have a commercial kitchen, but I don't think I'm gonna go that route. Even though I did think about, maybe open up a few more lounges, because my partner up here got a lounge. He's from Meridian. It's called iHookah. So if y'all ever up here in this area, make sure y'all go to iHookah. I think it got 2 lounges now. I can't think of the other one name, but iHookah. Nice little chill vibe. But anyway, yeah. So I'm on the fence about that. But for the most part, the good reviews on the liquor. Everybody like it. They love it. Next year, for my birthday, next year, I'm gonna drop the bourbon. So, a few years ago, I launched that cigar brand, and you was like, okay, well, a lot of people were like, Mark, you don't promote the cigar brand no more, and that's for good reasons, because I decided to drop the vodka first, and cigars are more like whiskey, bourbon type products. So once I drop that bourbon next year on my birthday, I will, I start back pushing the cigars and stuff like that. But for the most part, you know, they just pretty much chef. People can still order 'em. I get orders and stuff all the time. I gotta start doing like events and stuff like that, pop-up shops, and people be inviting me to their pop-up shops and stuff like that. So we may just as well do something like that very soon. Start doing pop-up shops and getting on that marketing and branding. Y'all will see it. Well, you probably won't see it on this channel, but if you follow me on like Facebook and stuff, I post a lot on my Facebook stories, and they in turn go to my Instagram. So if you on Instagram, hit me up on Instagram. I am Shamarcus on Instagram. Go fuck with me over there, or Shamarcus Dickinson on Facebook. Go fuck with me over there. I can't think of what my Snap is. I don't too much hardly be on Snap because my kids have a Snap. They be on Snap a lot. So, and IG. I might be Shamarcus Dickinson on IG too. Not IG, TikTok. I got a nice little page on TikTok. I don't too much post on TikTok that much, but I'm gonna get back into my content creations soon. Now that I got a little bit more time on my hands. But yeah, like I said about these numbers, I was doing my numbers yesterday. And now keep in mind, big fella, that's my white truck. That's that white truck you see. It hasn't run up until, about a month. Let's see, it's been about almost a month now since I done put somebody in big fella. But up until that, big fella has not run none of this year, I don't think. So if we in May now, well now we in June, end of June. So let's see, about 3-4 months, big fella didn't run. So these numbers are really 2 paid off trucks, including big fella. But keep in mind, big fella, like I say, he didn't run. He's running now because I've decided, instead of just having them sitting out there at the office in the yard, might as well put somebody in it. And then an opportunity came with one of my old drivers that when I first started with my fleet. He had left and went to Walmart to work for Walmart, and then he ended up coming back to Prime. And the first thing he did was hit me up. He was like, "Mom, you know what I'm saying? You got something for me?" I said, "I can get you some." But at the time, I was gonna buy another truck anyway. But I decided to let him drive my truck. So that's how that little situation came. And actually, I saw a big fella yesterday. I put it on my shorts. I was out and about up there around Kennesaw, and then I saw him. Cause right now my trucks, they running on Southeast mostly. They just be from Georgia. They'll jump down to Florida every now and then, back and forth through the Carolinas, and yeah, for the most part, that's what they running. Mississippi, Alabama, mostly just Southeast stuff. And I did that really because I didn't want, in the wintertime, I didn't want them to be up there dashing through the snow and through the ice and all that stuff like that. So, yeah, but I told them now, everything is kind of, sunny. Except it's like, have a lot of storms and tornadoes and stuff up there now. But I told them they were welcome if they wanted to, start running back those areas. But I see that they aren't. So that means I guess they comfortable with running what they running. But anyway, like I was saying, the number came up to be about 300,000, like 320 or something like that for those 3. Well, I'm saying 3, but keep in mind, big fella ain't been running. So for really 2.5 trucks. So every year if I buy a truck, every year I get a title to a truck. So on my birthday this year, I got a title to another truck. And I got another truck. So every year around May-ish, I have a truck that matures, and then I buy another truck. So that's just my plan of growth. Probably a truck a year. If we can get to a point where, I'm looking at the numbers and the numbers are making sense, then, you know, I might up it to 2 trucks a year, because it's another truck you don't know this, but I'm not even gonna tell you, but maybe I might tell you. But a truck a year, at least at minimum. So every year around May, you know, I get another title. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Having paid off trucks, because that's what y'all give Prime such a hard time for. Y'all be like, oh, the payments are so high. But you know, the term is short. That's why the payments are high. I mean, that lets me know a lot of y'all don't do math. You know what I'm saying? You struggle with math, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Because you'll go somewhere and go buy a 4 or 5 year old truck and then spend another 4 years paying on it. By the time you get that truck paid off, that motherfucker 10 years old. You got, congratulations, you done paid off a 10-year-old truck. And then you wonder why by the time you get it paid off, you got to go buy another one. You know what I mean? It does. I mean, I don't know. It ain't none of my business. So, I mean, I don't speak on what other people do. Do what you do. Do whatever makes you happy. Whatever floats your boat. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'd rather spend 2-3 years. 2 years now, because I get what I do now is a 2-year situation. But I'd rather just spend 2 years on like a 2-year-old truck when I get paid off. You know what I'm saying? It's a 4-year-old truck and it still got 3, 4, 5 more years of running left in it, life in it. And then, you know, but, you know, once you get them paid off, you really ain't got that excuse no more. You ain't got nothing to say. What you gonna say? Oh, the payments. No, all that's just profit at that point. You know what I'm saying? All that is profit. But I was, let me get back to my statement about these numbers, because, you know, I just be rambling sometimes. Especially when I got this phone, holding this phone, because I ain't really talking to nobody, for real. But I'm talking to y'all, but, you know, ain't nobody really here that I'm talking to. So, you know, I just be bouncing back and forth from topic to topic. But, yeah, what we were talking about? Yeah, it was a little over 300,000 for these 6 months. And those are paid off trucks. So, in the past, cause that's at 28%. I mean, that's at 72%. So I always wondered, what was that total number? What was the 100% number? You know what I'm saying? Because we don't, at Prime, you don't, well, you do get to see it on the back, but a lot of people don't go back there. And I know I don't. I just be looking at, you know, each truck's revenue. I don't go back there and look at the actual rate cons that's in the back of that package or in the back of that thing. But I always wondered, what was that total number? So at the, I don't have my other phone, because I actually could just show and tell you this right off the top and read from it, but I left my other phone in the house. So I'm gonna just give you a roundabout. So it was like 320,000 of revenue that they did. You know what I'm saying? Those really 2 trucks, and then the little time that big fella was running. The truck that got paid off in May, then, you know, that one doesn't even really matter, because it wasn't really a factor, you know what I'm saying, in this equation, because I didn't count it, because it ain't had enough time to run. So May, June, really just, you know, a month. But anyway, you know, with those 3 trucks, 2.5 trucks, it was like 300 and some, 320 or something like that. And then when I asked Chad, I said, what is the total amount? If this is 72%, what is that total amount? That total amount was like 417. 417. So that means in the last 6 months, I have, in just those 3 trucks, I have given Prime $117,000. 117. You know, when I look at that number, you know, I'm always computing numbers and, you know, trying to see what's the best equation and what's best and what's this and that. And, you know, another option that I did have, or I do have, now that I got, you know, a few trucks, is to go to the A side. Now, the A fleet side is where Wilson runs. I XK, I think, IWK, or whoever them folks is. I know Wilson, BLC, all them boys, they over there on the A fleet side. That means you got your own authority, you got your own insurance. You pretty much just, hauling prime trailers. And they're getting like 80%, according to the last conversation I had a few days ago with a few with some peoples in the front office of Prime, and they said they was getting 80%, and they was like, well, Mark, for you that'll be I think that'll be a good thing. So when I started doing the numbers, I said, okay, if I'm getting 72%, and that total number was, I think it's 417. So I said, what's 80% of the 417? And the difference came to about $34,000 difference, that extra 8%. If I'm not mistaken, it was, we just say 35%. And then I said, what would that difference be per month? And the difference, I'm gonna just say, ain't nothing but it is a lot of money. But for me, I'm saying ain't nothing but, because it's gonna tie into what I'm gonna say after this. But it wasn't nothing but like an extra $5,500 a month that I could be having by being on the A side. You know what I'm saying? Or the company, not me. The company, my company could be having by going to the A side. But the numbers still didn't make sense for me to be over there. But that's total. That's the total of those 3 trucks. You know what I'm saying? But if I go to the A side, then one, I'll be having to do my own insurance. The last insurance quote that I got on running my fleet was about $3,000 per truck. You know what I'm saying? So at $3,000, that's about $9,000. So that extra $5,000 would not make much sense. I mean, it makes sense just to be like, oh, well, I'm on the A side. Just, if I just want to just beat my chest and be like, yeah, I got my own authority. But number-wise, it don't really make much sense. Because what I'm doing now is more profitable, because I'll be losing. And that's just with 3 trucks. That's with those 3 paid off trucks. So that'll be an extra about another $4,000 difference. So, I don't know. I probably just need to shop around. I've been shopping for insurance for a while now. I get a quote. Thing about getting a quote, right? They will want the driver information and all that kind of stuff. So I use mine because my license is good. 6-7 years of driving experience, no tickets, nothing on my record. You know what I'm saying? So I got a good driving record. So I normally just use mine and they'll give me a quote. A lot of people don't even do they don't even do fleets no more. So it's multiple trucks is a little difficult. First Guard, dude, that's who I got my lowest quote through. That's who I got now. My insurance now with Prime is only like $50 a week. I pay $50 a week in insurance. I was paying $100, but once I got the truck paid off, I shifted it down to I took the value down to like a more reasonable value. Cause I think the value at first was like almost $200,000. Now I put the value to right at $100,000. And it's like really just $50 a week type shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. So that's like $200 a month, $250 on some months when they got 5 weeks in it. But for the most part, that's a big jump from $200 to $300. Now I know what you're saying, Mark. You're like, well, you gotta. I'ma just tell you, I ain't gonna tell you no lie, cause I could pull my trucks and then I could run them. But really, now I was doing the numbers too. That 100,000, so that's just 6 months. So that 100,000, I really legit could just hire some people in house with that amount, and I think the average CPM, I could show you all these miles and the miles and stuff like that, but I don't have my other phone. I'm gonna have to come back in on another video or when I get back home to the office and put it on the whiteboard and and just show you and break it down to you. Cause a lot of people can talk it, but I can actually show you because I do this shit for real. You know what I'm saying? I can do this shit for real, for real. And but the miles and the total, I think the average with those was like about a little over $2.50 a mile, maybe like 250 or something. Look, I'll have it exactly the next time I come in here when we get back to the office. But you know, the rates now on the spot is a lot more higher. You know what I'm saying? At one point, you know, contract freight was better, but now I think the spot market freight might be a little better for its rates wise. But you know, that spot market shit is really it's a gamble, right? Because with Prime, a company like a mega carrier like Prime, especially Prime, you don't have to too much worry about like the shippers and the receivers and stuff like that. It's really a stress-free operation because most of the places that, you know, your driver's gonna go to, or my driver's gonna go to, or even you if you work for Prime, most of the places you're gonna go to, they're like wide open, easy backs, make big warehouses, you know what I'm saying, where that, you know, you don't have to worry about too much backing and being put in bad situations that much, because most of the customers, they like right off the main highway and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's another plus for me. So but when you start running, you know, spot market freight and stuff like that, ain't no telling where you be sending your drivers to and what kind of little small rinky-dink ass customers you going to and this, that, and the third. But like I say, for the most part, it's pretty much laid back for, you know, for your drivers and stuff like that. They don't have to worry about too much of nothing. Also, you can yeah, what I was saying, I could I want one of these trucks. I'm gonna put my face on the side of it, put Don Shamarcos. I might get the company to buy me one so they can I can use it for my liquor. It'll be an advertisement truck. You hear that, Shamarcus Dickinson Corporation? I need a Cybertruck. They pretty cheap though. They might look about 80,000 now. Get you one for about 80,000. Get it wrapped. That'll be another 2-3,000, 3-4,000, more like 3-4,000. But yeah, but for that 117,000, I think that I might can just start hiring some in-house people. But like I say, running that spot freight, it is it's a bigger gamble. Also, all you gotta do is look at the bigger boys. You know what I'm saying? If it's so easy, these companies, Trans Am, all these motherfuckers that got more trucks than me, they wouldn't be trying to get under the umbrella of a mega company like Prime. If it was just so wonderful and so great, they wouldn't need the umbrella. But you know why they need that umbrella? Because it ain't as great as motherfuckers make it seem to be. I don't know, you know, I do know a few people with fleets and stuff like that, but outside of Prime, I don't see too many people that's running multiple trucks. Like for real, for real. Like really for real, for real. I know a few. I do know a few. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna start naming names, but because I might forget somebody, but I do know a few people that, you know, have fleets. But a lot of them, most of them are signed under Omega, under another company's umbrella. Not too many of them are, you know, got an in-house dispatch, in-house payroll, in-house, you know, in-house operation. See, a lot of these companies that do that, you have to go get in all that debt, and then you start over leveraging yourself, where you spending a lot more money than you making. I mean, it look good, and trust me, it sound good, look real good and it sound real good. But at the end of the day, you know, you putting a lot more gray on your head, then you end up having to file bankruptcy and all that kind of bullshit. So now I'm good. I'm chilling. It's a nice, beautiful day. I'm supposed to be walking, but I done talked to y'all for 30 minutes. I think that's exercise enough for me. But anyway, one more broadcasting live. Like I said, when I get back to the office, we will. I'll show you these numbers for real, for real. But you know, I'm always thinking and looking at possibilities. So I did leave 117, even with the numbers that I have now. I did leave $117 on the table, and that just like I said with the paid out trucks. I didn't. I did do the numbers for the total operation, but then I do them for the paid out trucks. That gives me an idea of you know, of like, you know, total operation thing without having to pay too much money, this, that, and the third, like, you know, truck note and stuff like that. But anyway, it's your boy Mark broadcasting live. I'm out this thing. Y'all be breezy. Let me do what Buddy doing. I ain't finna be running. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And I'm out this thing. Whew. Maybe we'll come in. I don't know how often we gonna come in here these days, but next time I come, you know, I could have just did this on this live, but cause I just be back and forth rambling and shit. That a mushroom? It is a mushroom, right? That's one of them. What they call them, little turkey? The little turkey. Cause it was a company. Is that a mushroom? It is a mushroom. It was a mushroom. It's a company that was trying to offer me a sponsorship. And they got like that little mushroom coffee. I don't too much drink coffee though. But I was, they sent me a few boxes of that coffee. And it had that, looked like what that mushroom was right there. But I'm not for sure. You know, you can't just eat mushrooms like that, cause you have to be high as a kite. Sometimes you could pass away eating stuff like that. But anyway, it's your boy Mark broadcasting live. I'm back. I ain't back. I'm telling you that right now. So I ain't gonna say I'm back with another video, cause that's my intro. But anyway, it's your boy Mark broadcasting live. I'm done rambling. I'm out this thing. Peace.